Mafia in 5 minutes. Everything you need to know about the story so far. Capiche? Once upon a time in America, in the city of Lost Heaven, a cabbie named Tommy Angelo finds himself forced to help a pair of mafia goons escape hitmen from a rival gang. The goons, Sam and Paulie, work for a mobster called Salieri, and the hitters work for Salieri's crosstown rival, Morello. Tommy delivers Sam and Paulie to safety and is compensated for all the speed holes left in his taxi.
Give my regards to Mr. Salieri.
Unfortunately for Tommy, Morello's men track him down the next day, but Tommy darts into Salieri's bar and his pursuers are killed. Tommy then agrees to break bad and work for Salieri.
I had nothing to lose.
He turns out to be a natural gangster. Just look at how flippantly he ignores this important warning sign. What a rebel. After a little racketeering and a brief stint as a racing driver, Tommy finds himself in a relationship with Sarah, the daughter of Salieri's bartender.
Hello.
Who he plays hide the salami with after he prevents her from being assaulted by hoodlums.
If I were in your shoes, I'd leave right now.
Tommy and Paulie later track Sarah's assailants down, killing one, who happens to be the son of a bent city councillor in cahoots with Morello. Salieri's right-hand man, Frank, orders Tommy to destroy a brothel and liquidate a Salieri snitch in the process, but when Tommy realizes the target is Sarah's friend Michelle, he lets her skip town.
Go away and never show your face here again.
Salieri then learns Frank is going to hand over the family's accounts to the police and orders Tommy to kill Frank and retrieve the books.
Whatever you want, boss.
Tommy finds Frank but discovers he was being coerced to turn on Salieri by Morello's dirty cops, who have Frank's family. Tommy rescues them and allows them to flee to Europe.
Thanks, Tom.
He also finds the books, saving Salieri from the big house. Tommy subsequently also saves Salieri from a bullet to the face when he fights off an assassination attempt.
You saved my ass.
Declaring war with Morello, Salieri has Tommy and Paulie whack the whole lot of them, including Morello himself.
You think he's dead?
Well, I guess so, yeah.
Following this, Paulie and Tommy pull a successful off-the-books bank job, but the next day Tommy finds Paulie murdered and the money missing.
Damn it, it's all gone!
Tommy goes to meet Sam, but the meeting is a setup. You know what they say, when they send for you, you go in alive, you come out dead, and it's your best friend that does it. Sam reveals Salieri knows about the bank job, and also that Tommy never killed Michelle or Frank, who are sadly both totally dead now. Tommy survives the ambush and kills Sam. Ah, Sam, we thought you were one of the good fellas. Turns out you were a bad fella. Tip your waitress, I'm here all week. Anyway, Tommy then goes to the police to testify against Salieri and his entire organization, leading to life behind bars for Salieri. The feds relocate Tommy and he grows old under a new identity until a pair of hitmen, sent by Salieri, finally find him. Just when he thought he was out, they pull him back in. And by pulling back in, I mean eviscerating with a shotgun. That brings us to Mafia II, the tale of Sicilian immigrant and American gangster in the making, Vito Scaletta. After growing up in the mean streets of Empire Bay in the 30s, Vito becomes a petty crook with best bud Joe Barbaro. Vito is eventually arrested and joins the army to avoid jail. Vito ends up back in Sicily, where he watches the head of the Sicilian mob convince a whole garrison of Italian troops to surrender to the US without firing a shot. Years later, Vito runs into Joe while on leave.
Welcome home, buddy.
Joe uses his new mob connections to get Vito discharged. Vito starts doing jobs for a local mafioso named Henry Tomasino, a made man working for a mob boss called Alberto Clemente. Unfortunately, Vito lands in prison. There he learns the two greatest things in life: never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. He also feuds with the Irish mob and befriends Leo Galante, the underboss for another of Empire Bay's mafia leaders, Frank Vinci. Vito gets out early thanks to Galante's influence and again meets up with Joe, who is now working for Empire Bay's third and final mafia kingpin, Carlo Falcone. Vito eventually becomes a made man in the Falcone family, and he and Joe assassinate Clemente. With Clemente joining the departed, Vito is tracked down by a now unemployed Henry, who wants to join Falcone. Henry's ordered to kill Galante, but Vito convinces Henry to let Galante vanish instead.
You owe me big for this one, pal.
Then things go pear-shaped. The Irish destroy Vito's place over their jailhouse vendetta.
Barn!
Desperate for cash, Vito gets into the drug business, but it all goes tits up too. Henry is hacked up by triads for being an informant, and Joe and Vito shoot up a triad restaurant in the aftermath and lose their money. War is sparked between the triads and the two remaining mafia families.
But I'm done for today. I need a drink.
Broke again, Vito and Joe pick up jobs across Empire Bay, one of which is the murder of your old character, Tommy. Whoa, heavy. Vito and Joe square their debts, but they've brought down some big heat. Galante returns to town and makes Vito an offer he can't refuse: kill Falcone for Vinci, and Vito can live. Falcone offers Joe a high-ranking role in the family if he kills Vito, but Joe refuses, helping Vito kill Falcone instead. Galante makes good on his deal with Vito and escorts him away, but Joe is whisked off to his fate elsewhere as Galante grimly informs Vito that Joe wasn't part of the deal. And that brings us to Mafia III, which again has a new leading man, but will feature an older Vito in a supporting role, and apparently pretty keen on helping fresh-faced Lincoln Clay decimate the Mafia in New Bordeaux.